talking about how you can blast your book from your living room. This is Becky, and I actually don't know where I'm pointing right now, as if I'm pointing to you because I don't know how that works. But this is Becky Norwood and Diane K. Bell, and we were talking about how you can get in contact with places that you can joint venture, where there are blogs, radio shows, podcasts. Did I cover it all? Those are the three that we talked about.
TV broadcasting.
Oh, TV broadcasting,
online.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
So any place that can go ahead and you can joint venture and have a mutual benefiting audience. And you said that there's a shortcut to this. So I'm interested in what this is. You said you've already created 2 lists of complementary audiences, one for healthcare, one for business. You've got a couple others you're working on. Is that something I can get my hands on and all the listeners can get their hands on? Come on, give it to me.
All right. Well, you can get your hands on it if you join up for our program to teach you how to do all this.
Oh, you bastards. I mean, whatever. I wouldn't say that. That would be horrible to say. Okay, so hold on.
We do have some really good instructional material we put together, along with a free giveaway for this event, actually.
Okay.
And that giveaway is a really, really cool tracking tool where it's kind of a checklist along with tracking tools, so you can keep track and keep organized on all the stuff that's taking place within that from the first contact all the way to the end, when you're sending them a handwritten personal note saying thank you.
Okay, so it's a checklist of the different communication points I'm going to have to build that relationship. So this is the how-to do-it-yourselfer checklist, but it'll also track it. So it's a spreadsheet, is that right? Or
it is. It's based in Excel, and it is really handy because you can. One of the biggest things for all of us, we get busy, but if you use this tracking tool, you'll be able to keep track of everything that's taken place, and you'll have a record. So, say you write a sequel to your book or anything else, any of these other things you're doing, you'll be able to say, "Oh, that was a really good interview, and I want to get back in touch with them," or however it works.
Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll give everyone a domain to find this. Go to greatnessquest.com/virtual book tour. Virtual book tour will make this tracking tool, this checklist, available to everybody so you can get that. And I want to know it because I think it sounds to me that you start with your clients at any stage, and you say, find audiences, use our cheat sheet list. You know you guys give that to them. But if I'm not your client, I can go ahead and find podcasts, radio shows, TV shows, whatnot, and then start to build this relationship. And this tracking tool or checklist will help me do that. So I know the stages of building the relationship. Is that right?
Yes. If you were going to do your own research, we'd recommend that you start with iTunes or Stitcher Radio. That gives you a base from which to start. And of course, blogs, it's simply Google your niche and with a blog following that. So whatever your niche is, blog, and you'll begin to find that there are numbers of them out there.
And then I can use your tool to write down all their data and information, and then my series of whatever you have on your checklist. So that's a very valuable tool because I love systems. I think our jobs as entrepreneurs, as business owners, are 3 things. They all start with the letter S. Number 1 is that you want to find strategic knowledge. And that's what people are plugging into every day on all of these things. That's what they're watching right now. What's the strategic knowledge that you need? The second thing you need that strategic knowledge in a system that you can deploy. I mean, I need a chocolate cake recipe. I need the system that I can follow, and that that if you use the instructions, you're going to get that result. So what you're talking about here is the system. And it sounds like you guys learned from the School of Hard Knocks when you say, hey, I got someone I want to appear on your show. People said, who the hell are you? Screw you. Why do you want to use me? Okay.
That's
exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened. Who are you?
And you're so nice. You're like, look at us. We're so sweet and nice. And they're like, screw. You're like, what? Hold on. Okay. The last S is, and I think this is the key thing. This is why I said I want help. This is why I always want to bring on a team to help me do things, is that you want someone else to do it. So I think it's strategic knowledge. It's a system that you can follow, or preferably get someone else to follow for you. And there's a million examples about how we have people in our lives that do things for us. I just think it's so wise to find somebody to help you create results. And so these ladies can definitely hook you up. Where can they find you on social media or your website and whatnot so they can get in touch with you if they want to?
We're at publishyourselftowealth.com.
Well, that's convenient, which happens to be their title of their book.
Best-selling book.
That's right.
And we're also on Twitter at Wealthy Authors.
Wealthy Authors, all right.
And Facebook at Wealthy Authors.
And Facebook. So look up these ladies. Again, it's Becky Norwood and Diane K. Bell, 4-time #1 best-selling authors who know what they're talking about and know how they can help you blast your book to success. So talk to me. What else? What's another inside track here? Give something away that's really juicy for me to just use and totally steal from you guys.
My brain's going,
yeah. I think we've given you some big juice.
You have. That's cool. I mean,
I don't know if this pertains. Go ahead.
Actually, I think one really important aspect here is in developing, when you begin this track, you do want to set up a media room on your website. And that's going to be downloadable pictures of your book. Anytime you appear on a broadcast, you want to secure those videos and post those. You want to create a pitch. And that's another thing that we teach, is a pitch with a hook, so that when you are scheduled for an interview, you're prepared and you come across with a tremendous amount of confidence and pizzazz.
Well, okay, so this is kind of key, is that, as I asked you this question, this is a question that I think people are going to have, right? So let's say that you give me this checklist and this tracking tool. Then the next question is going to be, well, what do I say? Like, what do I say to build the relationship? So I really like this, that it sounds like you've got some of that in this checklist. Like you're basically saying, hey, how are you? I like your blog. Hey, how are you? So you're going to give some of that in. It doesn't have to be complex, but a confused mind says no and does nothing. So then I'm like, okay, great. I have a blog. I like Seth Godin. And then I'm like, what am I going to say? I don't know, so I do nothing. But if you've got this on your checklist, that's cool. But then there's also the, oh, crap, Seth Godin just said, yes, he'll interview me.
And that's the key.
What am I going to say? So there's the pitch and the hook. And then if this person is going to have you on their blog, their broadcast, whatever, you're saying you got to have a place where you've got your content, your bio, your pictures of your book, the pictures of you, your hook and pitch about who you are, what you do, and what you stand for. For example, I asked the ladies to send me something with all their information. I printed it off so I would have it in front of me, and I've only read 3 words out of it, but I have it. You're like, look how damn professional. It's all in there. They're like, hey, I sent that to you, and I'm like, yeah, but what do you want me to say that's like 3 words long? Because that's that pitch. That's the hook. And so you've got to have that. So that's cool. Media room, and know what you're going to say. So you need the checklist, the media room on your website, and then a pitch. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the other aspect of that is what we call in the media world talking points, which are essentially your most frequently asked questions about what it is you're doing. Identify those and answer them, and have those available on as a list in your media room.
So let me ask you this, because I want everybody to get something now. I don't want them to be left out without knowing what to say. The checklist is going to help me start building a relationship. But let's say I'm interviewed tomorrow. What do you teach are the 3 things or 4 things or 10 things that I need to go ahead and say during my interview on a blog, a podcast, whatever?
Good question. Primarily, we walk you through a process. Mm-hmm. And that process is going to be based on what is, first of all, who is your audience? We take you through this process. Mm-hmm. Who is your audience? What is the message that you can bring to them? What's your core message? And then once we identify that, we show you how you develop your own pitch. using different hooks based on the material. You've got a book written. Obviously, that book has information that you choose to share, and so we take that. We essentially extract from you what are your primary points, and then show you how you can turn those into very interesting sound bites.
So we kind of hone it down. It's really important to hone down your message so that you're not rambling when you're speaking.
Yeah.
You're to the point, because all these interviews, they only have a shortened time frame. They only have a few minutes to get the message out. And so you need to be very concise and know your stuff and be able to use keywords that will spark the interest. And so It does take preparation, and that's what we work so hard with our clients on, is to help them to be so crystal clear on how the verbiage behind what they're going to be saying.
Yeah. So I want to give a couple of pieces here I think are key, and then we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to ask for one more comment from each of you here. I think this is really important. A lot of people think, and I really wanted you to give me a bullet point 1, 2, 3 of what to say. And you basically said, holy crap, that's a lot. That takes a lot of work. Like, it depends on who you're talking to, what your results are that you create for them, what are the main points of your book. And by the way, people can do a blog and a podcast interview and a radio show before your book is done. You can have an upcoming book and still have these things. But this is why we bring on people to help you. You bring on copywriters. You have somebody from the outside saying, what's the result that you deliver in your book or in your content or whatever. So I say, become obsessed with results. Now, 2 results: the result you want from your book, your communication, whatever. Like, if you're communicating with another human, you want to know your result. So for example, on these shows, I want to make sure that the result of the audience is that they get something valuable, right? And then I want them to get your free gift. I want them to go ahead and say, ooh, this is cool. That's the result I want. I want to make it. Now, here's my measure of this. If you're figuring out what to say, if you need to know your result, you need to make sure that you're clear, concise, and compelling. Because Becky, you just said this. You can't just blather on. Blah, 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 blah. So get some help to figure out how to get your message clear, concise, and compelling. And the second part of results-focused obsession is not just the result you want, but the result that your clients will get from your communication in bullet form, like boom, 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 like Nike, just do it. Like that, like boom, result, result, result. That's my 2 cents. Would you guys disagree with that or agree with that, or what do you think?
No, we totally agree with that.
Totally agree. You are so succinct, concise, to the point.
Compelling.
And if you do, you'll make $1 million. And if you don't, you'll suck, and life will suck, and it will suck your soul out.
Trevor, one of the other points that I wanted to make is it's never too early to start this process. Even before you're done writing your book. In our Fast Start to Your Book class that we do, we encourage our students from the first week to begin blogging their book and using their social media. We start them way before the time comes that they're ready to publish that book, because they need to start building relationships early on in the game.
I know we need to wrap today's call up, and I said, but I'm going to just acknowledge the fact that I still make this mistake by not sharing with my audience or with people, every human I have the opportunity to, my process. So for example, my daughter's book is getting finalized now. She did all the drawings herself, and now we're having somebody colorize it. And I've been holding on to, we've got about 15 of the 30 drawings that she's done, all with color now, and there's still edits that need to be done. And I held on to them covetously, and I'm so excited to see the next one, and I'm not sharing it with anybody until like 2 days ago. And I was thinking, I'm like, why don't I share it with people? This is so awesome. Why am I waiting? I don't know what it is about people.
So Trevor, does she have her own website and media room and book launch page? Her own blog?
By the time they watch this video, they will. We actually have a website and all that.
Yay! We left you with something positive.
It's not yet, and so all my friends that I should have had it up before. Yes. So, but I think this is key, because what you guys are saying is it's never. What did you say, Becky? It's never too early to start. Yeah, I think that's awesome. Okay, last words of wisdom for anybody watching right now, and then I'll let you guys go.
Just do it. It's never too early to start. That's truly our greatest gift.
I think that's great.
And just do it.
If you don't have the Nike shoes on, you can still just do it. Before you got the shoes, just do it. Okay, that's cool. Check these guys out, or these ladies out. You can find them. They're going to talk about some of this in Your Epic Book Launch because they've contributed that in the book. So make sure you check out that book. Go to Publish Yourself to Wealth. Find these guys on social media and reach out to them and get some help. I'm being completely straight up. I will do some of this myself, following your instructions in this checklist, and I'm going to get help. I want other people to help me do this as well because I want to have make too big of a difference to just do it all myself. Why the hell would I do that? I want to go ahead and ask professionals.
That's important. So, that's a good key.
I mean, the first time I met these ladies and they were talking about their contribution to the book, just to let everybody know, I think it was the first or second time, I said, okay, you're hired. Like, let's do this. Like, how can you help me? Like, it sounds like a great plan. Let's do it. Am I mistaken, or is that?
That's what you said.
Yep,
and we've got the list. It's ready.
Okay. Well, we're ready to pull the trigger on that. So you guys are watching Greatness Quest, and every week I'm going to bring you someone else to help you take your life and your business to the next level. Hope you enjoyed these ladies. I know I did, and we'll see you next week.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.